Welcome to Builds with Blocks, a show centered around the micro action figures and brick-based construction sets of the Halo universe. I'm your host Tom Fishenden, and I'm joined by Matt Salvatore.
Ahoy, ahoy, how we doing?
Gabe Clem.
Hey guys.
And Colin Perkins.
Restore the banished verse.
Ooh, yeah!
Oh boy. So today we are going to be talking about the future of Mega Construx sets as we enter June and we begin to look ahead towards the announcement of more sets from the upcoming Halo Infinite. So we've already seen some great sets revealed, including Chopper Takedown and the UNSC Wasp Onslaught, and they will be covered in their own episode when we can have seen all of the sets that are coming up so we can speculate across the board. In the meantime, however, we thought it might be fun to speculate a little bit about what is missing in terms of price point perspective, with some fun speculation on what sets we might see, and what we would also like to see in the upcoming 2021 line.
It's a lot of speculation there, Tom.
I'm just speculating all over the place today. So before we get into the main topic of the show, let's chat about what we've been up to on the block front. And Gabe, I'm going to start with you today.
Whoa. Well, I finished my semester. Hey, look, I wasn't ready. I finished my semester, so I rewarded myself, went to Target, and I finally, for the first time ever in stores, found the Series 2 of the Blind Pack series. So I scored myself another Red Jackal and 2 Active Camo Trailblazer Spartans, which I'm super excited about.
Was it a full box? Was it fresh? Or did somebody grab the Phantoms already?
It was 6 Series 2 blind packs with a full box of Series 1. And I was like, okay. So I took what I could get. But I also had a client of mine. I was making a commission for him. He sent me as like a little gift 2 Elite Warlord figures that were sealed. And I was like, okay, that's a freaking huge win. So
that's a really nice client there. Right there.
Yeah. I was like, oh, you're trying to be my favorite, huh? And he was like, well, I already am. I was like,
trying,
okay.
You succeeded.
Yeah, but got some heroes, got some blind packs, as usual. I'm still making more customs. I actually just finished my Hayabusa Spartan.
Yeah,
that's up on my page as well. If you haven't seen it, go check it out.
Did that make it to the spotlight?
It did. The Hayabusa was spotlighted in this most recent one, and I was very excited about that. But I've got some cool banished plans coming up because as E3 approaches and we might be seeing a little more of the campaign, I want to have some more banished stuff out there. So I'm trying to see what I can set up. But that's about all for here. Now I'm just waiting for that chopper we previously talked about. I've got it pre-ordered. And I'm going to see if I can find myself a Wasp as well when those get closer to official release.
Nice.
Cool. Matt, what about you?
Well, unlike Gabe, I don't have nice people to send me things. So I had to buy my Elite Warlords. So I got 2 Elite Warlords, and then I grabbed a Chieftain. So I got those off eBay. You can start to see them on Amazon, but eBay's still cheaper. So I got it for a good deal, free shipping. So anytime there's free shipping. I am kind of disappointed, though, that my pun didn't make it into the Halo Spotlight. Hiya, badass. But
it deserved it. I'm sorry.
And then I did pre-order the chopper, except I pre-ordered 2. Because I foresaw that I would be a greedy bastard. And so that's probably... that's about it on the block front. I haven't really found anything. I'm still kind of looking for when the Wasp will show up so I can pick that up, but hasn't even come up on pre-order, so hopefully soon. But other than that, just the 2 Warlords, and they continue to be my favorite figures Mega's done in a long, long time, so... always happy to get more of those, so that's about it.
Cool. Well, Matt, you might like one of my ideas later on, my friend.
You might like all my ideas.
Is it just 4 elite warlord figures at different price points?
Exactly. It's the 15 warlords, the 35 warlords, the 85 warlords, and the 200 warlords.
I'm sold. Colin, what about you? What have you been up to?
It's been light here. Just really a couple unsuccessful trips to Walmart and Target.
Nice.
I go in, and I don't hunt that much these days. But I go in, grab the basket just in case. Take the route, spin through. Nope, not there yet. Okay, I'm leaving. See you later.
Yep.
That's about all, to be honest. I'm planning on building some of my Halo Wars 2 sets and Halo the Wasp, that's Halo 5, so I need to build that stuff upcoming. I think I mentioned that maybe last time, so that stuff's coming up, and we're excited to talk about that, so I'll prep for that. But other than that, pretty light. We have been doing recording Mission Debrief, our new series, which is coming up, and that's going to be a lot of fun. Matt's on the crew this time around, and we're playing through the best missions, and it's gonna be
very
a lot of fun.
subjective.
We tried to be as objective as possible. We voted and polled our community, all that sort of stuff, and we're trying to use actually more of a scientific approach. We have like categories and things like that.
Okay, cool.
Basically, most of the missions from Halo 5 won anyway, so that's what we're all planning.
So I can't wait to see you all play the library.
No,
it's actually just all the worst missions.
Yeah. It's been actually a lot of fun. It's crazy because actually the first time I started listening to Evolved was Mission Debrief.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy that I've looped back around and
circle, Matt.
I've made it.
Yeah.
I can die happy now. I've made it to Mission Debrief.
Not yet, Matt. We need you for more Build to Blocks episodes. Don't go anywhere yet, son.
I'm not saying that Krista and David are better than Gabe and Tom, but it's a conversation we might want to have.
So that bit's gonna be cut. And moving on. Was there anything else, Colin? Before I just jump forward?
Nope. Nothing.
Okay,
nothing related to Halo.
So keep an eye on our feeds because that is going to be a really, really fun series to mark 20 years of Halo and carry nicely into Halo Infinite as well. On my front, I had a little event happen this week. Kinda turned 22, which is terrifying. Hi over there, Colin.
Hi. Yeah, you're getting old.
Yeah, I am.
Well, now you can.
Old Grandpa Tom.
You can officially play that Taylor Swift song and know that you're the right age.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, gosh. But as part of that, I got another Ghost, which was cool. I got the Mandalorian Trouble on Tatooine set, which is cool. It's got like the Mandalorian speeder bike and a little Tusken Raider heart and a like ballista, which is really cool. Nice. I got a Hall of Armor extension to add to my Iron Man Hall of Armor, so it's now like 3 rows tall, and I'll have to send you a photo later because I'm very happy with it. Go ahead, Matt.
I have a question on that. Didn't they do an extension one for Endgame Infinity War, and then they did one for the game? So they're very similar, but different suits of armor? Okay.
So they're different suits, but it's all designed to go together because it's got the same modular builds. Okay, so I got I've got like 2 of the game set mounted on top of 2 of the one of the Infinity War sets.
So it's an extension you can add to the extension.
Yeah, exactly. And then
Sweet.
The Lego website I write for was selling each of the modules individually as well, so I bought a bunch of them to like build it out.
Whoa.
So I'll send you a photo of that later.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I also got the Avengers Tower, which was a lot of fun to build. I had the classic version back in, I want to say 2015 when Age of Ultron came out.
Correct.
And this is like a couple of levels taller than that, so that's now in my Lego Cityscape. So
nice.
Now this one's
and you're
that
happy
one
with
was based on the game,
it's
right?
It's a good build.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I had a very good day, lots of building, and that's just seen me over and has meant that I haven't spent as much money this month as I did for like the past 3 recordings.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, happy belated birthday then.
Thank you. Thank you.
And shout out to Tom Bovey for that savage birthday burn.
Bovey, you're banned from the show, mate.
Never again.
I'll bring you back.
I could even say you're banished.
Oh.
Okay, so moving into our main topic, we are obviously going to be making predictions. So we've all done kind of a list of different things that we'd like to see in the full assortment at different price points. We've kind of gone for a small set, a couple of mid-scale sets, and then a large set to rival the Pelican. And without any further ado, Matt, I'm going to let you take us away with your predictions first, and kind of we'll go through yours, feedback on them, then we'll move on to the next person and go through it like that.
Cool.
Okay. I'll start right from the top. Buildable life-size Halo ring. No.
I like it.
All right, let me get my notes out. And if I had glasses, I'd put them on. But all right. So for the $15 set, I decided to go with a $15 price point and then do a 2-pack. But it's not a 2-pack versus. It'd be a 2-pack Elite Warlord set, and we'd have
both Elite Warlords.
Exactly, and one's gold and then one's white. And then you can come with a variety and an assortment of weapons and maybe some turrets and stuff like that. And that way you could really grab a bunch of those, because I really love those figures.
That would be sick.
Next, I'm going to go with a Banished Revenant. And I wanted to take this kind of set and have it in the bit more of the Banished flair, make it a little more jagged. So you have a bit more of a grittier approach. And with that, I will have it come with a gold Elite Ultra.
Nice.
And then 2 Brute Warriors. So we'll do something like that.
So I have a question. Are we running through everything and then providing feedback, Tom?
You can jump in anytime.
I have a question.
Yeah, jump in anytime.
What's the primary color?
Better.
Is it just red with like silver highlights on that thing? Or what are you thinking?
I would actually have it most of the time with all of these. I prefer Banished to be mostly like a gray, dark gray, or a light gray with red decaling on it. So it's not. So it would look more like the AA turret.
Cool.
And less like the Banshee.
I can dig that.
Because the Banshee's a very red color with gray bits. This one would be more gray with red bits.
I can dig it. Okay.
Yep. And then next, I decided, and this would be in like the 60 to 80, probably more on the upper side of it. I decided to go with the blister back.
Okay.
I like it.
And this will have the more gray and then the red, but obviously it'll have all the bells and whistles of a blister back. And this one, I wanted it to come with Eshram. I want it to come with 2 Brute Warriors and then a Rocket Marine with a missile pod.
Sweet.
I like it.
And then lastly, I decided. Now, the funny thing is, I've thrown so much shade at this design over the years that not over the years, but since we saw it. But I think Brickman really kind of turned me around to the beauty of the design. I'm gonna go with a Banished Phantom.
Okay.
This guy is gonna come with Atriox. It's gonna come with 2 Brute Honor Guards because they're going to be protecting the Supreme Leader.
Cool, I like that.
And then we are going to have a Red Imperial Grunt and a Master Chief because I feel like Master Chief should be in everything.
Yeah, would the Brute Honor Guards, would they be like Banished Brute Honor Guards or like Halo 2?
No, Banished Brute Honor Guards. They're going to be protecting Atriox. So I feel like I like the idea that Atriox takes certain things and kind of molds it to his own way. So he maybe it's not that he needs honor guards, but it's more of like a dig at the prophets that now he has guards that are honoring him with this kind of like ceremonial protection. So go with that, and that is the list.
I'd buy all of it.
Very nice.
I like it.
Yeah, honestly, like each one of those sounds like something I would want to pick up. It also sounds like I'm gonna have to change my list a whole lot because this sucks.
So the Phantom, I love the Phantom because it's almost like you know, with the blind bags and like the buildable, it's like maybe that's like foreshadowing
exactly
what the big set's gonna be, right?
Well, I feel like it also plays more into what Infinite's gonna be, where you have it seems like a lot of it is centered on the Pelican, being in the Pelican, using the Pelican as a base, and then hopefully the Phantom also plays an equally important role, as I'm guessing Infinite's gonna be a very vast amount of map, so you're gonna need
an infinite amount of map.
That's one.
So much.
I just opened myself up for that one. Yeah, and then I really want an updated Aatrox figure. You know, a little more detailed. And the Heroes one was good, but I like what this one is. And then obviously in my blister pack I did have Eshram. I know Eshrum's coming in the chopper, but I felt like with a set like the blister pack, you want a big name brute to come with it. You want someone to have, you know, I thought of Hyperius, but he also comes in the AA turret, and I already have like 3 of him, so you know.
So I quite like your approach with doing the Phantom as the biggest set as well, Mark. Something I was thinking about this when we were sort of talking about doing it was our interview with Kevin, and the fact they said that they wanted sets to play off of each other. Yep. So from that kind of thought, it sort of made sense to me, at least, that the things at the highest price point last year for the UNSC would maybe be banished this time around, so you still get that sort of flipped play pattern. That would be nice. So I think it makes a lot of sense.
I toyed with the idea of doing a banished Scarab, but I wanted to kind of keep it more in the what I thought would be infinite. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like the Phantom, because we've seen it, and Brickman did such a good job on his amazing mock creation of it, that I felt like you have to have the banished Phantom in there.
Yeah.
And I think it is kind of strange that we're going to be getting a banished Phantom over a newer Covenant Phantom. I know you guys love the old one. You guys are wrong though. But the banished
because like this, the moving forward, you think it's Banish is going to be for Mega, right? Banish is going to be the forefront of everything. So maybe they'll never go back and do a Covenant one,
which would be sad. But I would feel like it wouldn't be without the realm of possibility if you saw a Covenant styled colored Phantom in Infinite, because it seems like Aatrox is just grabbing everything, and which is fine. Like if you have a purple Phantom flying around, because obviously the elites are kind of more in their traditional colors anyway. So
cool. Any other feedback before we move on, gentlemen?
Go ahead, Colin.
No, I was just gonna ramble. So if you have something in mind,
well, I was thinking about that elite, the elite warlord pack. It reminded me of the one that came with the 2 zealots. I mean, would you have? Because I know you're a big guy about crates and things. Would it have some banished crates in there?
Well, okay. So funny enough, I took inspiration from that that brute pack that came with the orange and they're like gray, and they have an orange and a blue decal. Yeah, so that's where I was kind of pulling off of, is that it would be like that, but with the warlords. Actually, to be honest, it wouldn't be not too bad if you had the warlords in banished colors. So, you know, like a Let Valir or something like that.
True.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So mess with the colors on that.
So we will move forward to Colin. Colin, what do you have for us?
Oh boy. So I came up with so many ideas that I'm going to have to do. So I feel like after we talk about ours, I'm going to have to like say a couple of the other ideas I had.
Honorable mentions list.
Okay. Honorable mentions. So I'll pick one. I had like 2 from a couple of these. And then I did include some Target exclusives in mind, just because it seemed like, based off our conversation with John, that those did well, and they're gonna probably continue something like that along the line. So
nice.
So we'll start. We'll start with the $15 set, and I had to look this up to see if the previous drop pods were about that same price point.
Cool.
But from the trailer that we saw last year, the gameplay trailer, we saw some banished drop pods. So give me one of those.
Legend. Cool. I like it. I wouldn't have thought of that. That's really cool.
Give me one of those. Give me a brute, and give me that skewer gun that we've seen recently. I think in one of those Inside Infinite blog posts. That would be rad. I have an honorable mention to talk about next for that price point, or at the end for that price point. And then now you're gonna make me choose. Okay, I'm gonna go with what we're most likely, like what's trending, I guess, with the Halo stuff. So I'm gonna go for the 25 to 40 price point and give me a Razorback.
Oh, cool. See, I toyed with doing a Razorback.
Yeah, so it looks like a rad vehicle, right? Yeah. So it's like a twist on the Warthog. It's got like some Hummer in there. It's like this beefy vehicle. It looks like you could just ram into things and just take them out. So I'm really interested to see how that plays into it.
It's like Bungie brought their shade to the playground, and then 343's like, hold my beer. Yeah.
Well, it's nice to have a different vehicle that, because the Warthog can be converted into a transport, but it looks like this base vehicle is a transport, but maybe there'll be attachments in the back. Maybe there'll be lots of stuff. It'll be similar to the Warthog. Who knows? We don't know much about it yet. But give me that Razorback and give me Linda as that driver.
Cool.
Give me a Marine, and then I just had 2 enemies. I didn't put the detail in there when I was brainstorming. So probably like maybe small. Oh, you know what I was thinking? Let's see. Did I have them somewhere else? I was thinking I'll add them here. It's 2 drones. Give me what I want. Nice. So the concept here is I think Infinite's gonna have a lot of stuff. And I think they're going to add a new enemy in there. Something that we don't know about, like a new alien race. So we haven't seen drones in a while. So give me some drones. That's my concept for this. But I feel like they're going to add a new enemy this year to the to the mega sets. To obviously Infinite, but they're going to add something new. So it's like the new alien or the one we haven't seen in a while.
I want to just speculate on this for a minute from a lore perspective, because obviously we're a lore show first and foremost. Do you think it could potentially be the alien from Nightfall? Because obviously they're mentioned in Cortana's speech.
But they're not. They're not. I think the way they've written them is they're not aggressive.
Okay.
They're just like another alien race that exists, and sometimes they cooperate and work with the faction at play. So I don't think it'll be them. I mean, they do have those designs already, but I haven't seen or read or anything where they're actually militarized. So I think it's going to be something else.
Well, I'll jump in then. Okay, so obviously the Brutes are running the show. So this new faction of aliens, it can't be bigger or more superior than the Brutes or the Elites. So what would you say? You say maybe a more formidable opponent than a Jackal? Or
that's why I'm thinking drone, because like he always has some sort of aerial enemy, right?
Yeah. Well, what if skirmishers came back? Because
they're all dead.
I'd be fine with that.
Are they all dead? Because remember, there's still Shipmaster. The Shipmaster from the Escalation series. I mean, I don't know. What if skirmishers came back? I
would prefer that over Jackals.
Skirmishers are gone. Yeah, to be honest.
Yeah, I like that.
So
I like
think
the design
from
better
this,
than
what I'm taking away is we're saying that the possibility of a new enemy type is
I'm gonna
wide-reaching.
Okay, you're down to 1. You didn't.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
All right. So that'll be fun to talk about. Maybe we can talk about that a little bit later. What that other enemy is.
On the Razorback. What color are we going with? We're gonna go traditional Warthog colors.
I'm going with the gray as a concept. Give me that gray one.
Go with the gray.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. That's the correct answer.
Gray would be nice.
Yeah, I like that concept art.
Yeah, isn't that?
I think what would look good on the Razorback with the gray though is like how they've done it with the chopper, how it has like bullet hole prints.
Yeah.
You should have like scuffs all over it and like silver or something.
It's seen some stuff. It's seen some.
Yeah. I like it.
Okay, so I'm gonna go. Okay, so I'm gonna go to my Target exclusives now. 2 Target exclusives. So I hope that the helmet went well. And I was kicking around like what helmet would make the most sense. I'll mention it now. I don't think the Arbiter would make sense. I think that's gonna be too intricate of a build.
Yeah.
And I don't know where Arbiter is gonna be in Infinite. He'll probably show up at some point. But I think it makes sense for them to go through blue team. So give me a Linda helmet, same scale.
I like it. Yeah.
And that'll be like the next one on the list, and they'll go through and do Fred and Kelly eventually. So Linda next. Go ahead.
Could we add a Linda figure to come with this helmet so it kind of like stands next to it on the stand?
You think it? Yes, you may.
All right. See, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Okay. So that's pretty self-explanatory. The second Target exclusive, I think I like the buildable weapons, but I don't know how sensitive they're going to be around rifles and guns. Like building a big, you know, it would be cool.
Plus nerfs in that market, so
nerfs in that market. So like maybe, but I think they'll probably stick with. And again, I have two here. Prophet's Bane to stick with the sword.
Oh,
yeah,
which would be rad. Oh and then, or a needler. I think they could pull off a cool little buildable needler. And that's like an alien type.
Colin's coming in strong, dude. These are nice.
All right, so feeling good about those. I think we will see something fun from the Target exclusives. Okay, now I'm up to my $60 to $80 set, and this one's gonna be a Banished Wraith.
Oh shoot! I forgot the Wraith.
It's gonna be all teeth and claws and pointy and jagged, but this thing's gonna be black. It's gonna be harsh, and it's gonna be some red highlights and maybe a little silver in there, but it's gonna be mostly black. And that's building off of the concepts that we've seen recently that Jeff shared with us when they were showing the Banished Black armor. We've seen Banished Black armor from Mega also. That was kind of the early iterations. Well, I don't think they called them Banished, but they were brutes in black armor. So I really like that aesthetic. And I think if you give me a Wraith in that, it's going to look real mean.
So is this Silent Storm then as part of the Banished? Because they're the ones with that like blacky red armor.
Oh, is that Silent Storm?
If it's Silent Storm, are you throwing in Jega Redomni?
That's he's right. He's driving
the Silent Shadow?
Jega's driving it.
Silent Shadow, yes. Not Silent Storm, because that's a book.
That's a book, yeah.
There you go.
Really hope I wrote them right in my audio drama and didn't call them Silent Storm.
Jega's he's my figure in there. And then I don't know if you're going to go 60 to 80. I know they've included some secondary stuff, but I don't know if they can cram anything else in there. Because if you build a big enough Wraith that does this thing justice, you may just run out of parts. So I'm okay with just Jega and the Wraith.
Cool.
Are there going to be splashes of red on that, or just
some
black?
Splashes, mostly black, but I could see them building in some highlights of red, kind of like what they did with the turret, the big turret, how they did that.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the primary color is going to be black.
Nice.
All right,
I dig
so the final set, unless you guys have any more thoughts, more feedback.
Solid so far, Colin.
So the 120 plus, and I don't know, it depends on how big they make this, but I think we're going to see Forerunners. And I think they're going to do a nod to Matt. I'm going to give you your beam emitter. So give me that beam emitter, because they're talking about how it's a little bit of a reboot. Everybody thinks about that first scene in Halo Combat Evolved, the Halo mission, when you see that thing, you're crawling around on that thing. So give me a beam emitter, give me a Promethean Knight, give me a couple crawlers, give me a monitor. Maybe we'll see the Zeta. Well, it's not confirmed necessarily that the monitor is gone. It hasn't showed up yet, but maybe it exists, or maybe there'll be a new monitor. And then from the UNSC, I went with Kelly. So now if Linda's driving the Razorback, we have seen Fred. We have Kelly here. Kelly's got a grapple shot.
Yes.
So she can climb up that thing.
Nice.
She's got a commando, because we've seen that. A couple grenades just for fun, because she's actually attacking this. Go ahead.
You mentioned a grapple shot. Is that something that would like clip on? And if it clips on, is there any way to attach like a cable or something?
I didn't envision that. I think that's probably too intricate, but
okay.
I figured it was just a little clip on, like an homage to what it looks like.
Or could it be
representation
sculpted on with like an interchangeable forearm, so it didn't have it on there?
Yeah. I mean,
it could do that. Yeah, either way.
You think they could just paint it on?
They've done like with the
they've done the wrist knives for Assassin's
They have little
Creed
wrist stuff. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You think they could just paint it on though, like a decal on the arm?
I want it to be detachable. I want you to like clip it on. That's what I envision. It's just a little tiny piece though. And then also, so again, depending how big this thing is, you have a crashed Warthog.
Cool.
Okay.
And then the crashed Warthog plays with the Razorback, because you can take that Crash Warthog, like the EVA. Remember EVA's Last Stand, where you could take
Shout out to EVA's
that
Last
thing
Stand.
and then plop it onto the top of the Razorback if you need. So if you need a Warthog in this wave, you have one if you build the Razorback.
And then you
like
a crashed Razorback. There you
Exactly.
go.
So
I like those.
yeah,
Really well thought out. I like how you've
Yeah.
thought about making the Razorback play well with the biggest set. That's really cool.
I like the synergy going on there. I have to say, I think I've wanted the beam emitter for so long, but I think the banished wraith is a good shout too. I'd probably say I'd buy them all at least twice.
Yeah.
all right,
Same.
sounds
Yeah.
good.
Honestly.
Where
Success.
do we send money to, Colin?
Yeah.
Just my Gmail.
Let's see if I have any. Let's see if I had something. I lost it though. Nope, it's gone. It'll probably come back at Mike
You
lying
can
in bed.
always chip back in with it. That's fine.
Correct.
Yeah. So I guess if that's everything, Gabe, no pressure, but we're moving on to you now, sir.
All right. Well, I've only had to change my list like 7 times in the process of this, so it's fine. But let's start. Let's start with my small set idea. Is $9.99, just like another. It's actually very similar to yours, Matt, except mine's going to be an elite and a grunt pack, and it's going to be an elite miner, because we've seen the Ultra and we've seen the elite warlord, but like I really, really want the elite miner. They look really good to me, but it'd be elite miner and the new grunt heavy, which whatever he is that has all the rifles. And it would be a full arsenal, all different kinds of weapons. You'd have like shock rifles, you'd have pulse carbines, regular carbines, fuel rod, like just a weapons pack, just something easy that people can buy and amass many weapons and figures.
Because if that grunt is a mobile weapons rack, then that would make sense, right? Like you pile
you just
all that
put them
stuff
all
on
on the
there.
grunt.
Yeah.
This set needs a couple crates too.
Yes, it undoubtedly.
Yep.
I didn't even think that was a question. So moving on, my next set, which comes in at $24.99, is going to be a UNSC Rocket Hog.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Because we haven't gotten a Rocket Hog in many years, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't gotten a Rocket Hog in a long time.
Since the Blue series,
Rocket
right?
Hog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Matt.
So UNSC Rocket Hog.
So is the rocket new? Is it a new build? Or is it the same kind of pieces on the back?
I would honestly want to stick with the same kind of like turret piece they use, just because, but recolor it sort of the new infinite green that they use.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would come with a Marine Heavy, of course, because everybody likes the Marines. And I was thinking of putting Linda in my Rocket Hog, actually.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
She should be there.
Yeah, I thought it would look pretty nice. And I keep thinking about weapons and like, I don't know, like if Linda is in Infinite, is she gonna have the Nornfang? Well, should I put the Nornfang in the set? I don't know, but like obviously Linda has her sniper. Marine would have the standard battle rifle because I much prefer the old battle rifle over the new one.
This is true.
So my second to last, which is my sort of big set at $59.99, was actually terrifyingly close to yours, Colin. Like,
okay.
I was like, okay, this sucks, but whatever.
Well, it's okay.
Mine's going to be a banished Wraith Invader. And I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with this unit, but in Halo Wars 2, there's... Imagine a long Wraith. I mean, it's literally a Wraith, but it's just longer. And it's a troop transport vehicle.
Oh, whoa. I've never seen this.
That exists in Halo Wars 2? Or is this a new thing?
Yeah, I'll send a picture. We'll throw it up just for some people to have some reference. But it's just a long Wraith. It's a troop transport, I'm pretty sure. So coming in this set would be Jaga, which we were both right on. But I mean, I'm still waiting, and I want him so bad. And I was like, dude, a Wraith, Jaga, it goes together.
Jaga, Mega, it just makes sense.
It would be 2 Brute Warriors, hopefully with different armor setups, however you want to piece that together. But it would also be like a 2-part set, so it would be the Wraith versus a UNSC outpost. So you'd have some small little terrain piece with maybe some sandbags or crates or something like that, fusion coils. And then you would have... I couldn't decide between Spartans or Marines, so I decided to go with, yet again, just another Marine, and then hopefully another new Spartan. I'm kind of getting a little, like, Anubis is cool, Trailblazer is cool, but, like, I just, something
Mark
new,
7.
Maybe even a... Man,
Mark 8. Mark 8.
What I was thinking, actually, is Fred's armor, the Centurion.
Yeah.
Just have some random Centurion Spartan. And then,
here we go.
Penultimate choice, the biggest set.
The penultimate.
I'm actually gonna. This is actually gonna be like the ultimate. Yeah, not the penultimate. The ultimate. The ultimate set. I wanted to do a callback to, like, a rumor and a fan favorite set for Mega people from, like, way back, because Mega at one point released this photo, or maybe it was a fan made thing. I don't know. Yeah. But it was the UNSC Firebase. And the Firebase came with these walls that wrapped around, and this big mountain piece, and, like, turrets, and I think there was a Hornet was in there, and a Cyclops.
It was a Hornet, a troop transport hog, and a Cyclops.
So what I'm thinking, not a UNSC Firebase, a banished stronghold.
Yeah.
You took the idea and you ruined it.
No, I love that.
You would have this huge buildable, almost like high base. You'd have this big wall structure, and it would, instead of the Cyclops with the Firebase, you would have a banished Reaver, which is that two-legged missile pod vehicle. Mm-hmm. And then, maybe if you want, toss in a Banshee, a Ghost, just some other small vehicle.
Yeah.
And this would come with Tovarus and Hyperius, the Brute brothers, from this latest cannon fodder.
Oh, damn.
Did they confirm they're brothers? Is that what
he said they're brothers. Okay. I'm just going to take that and
He calls him brother in the cutscene.
Yeah. Well, no, I think the cutscene...
You're thinking about Halo Wars 2.
You're thinking of the
That's
Awakening of the
Pavium and
Nightmare.
Vorus.
Yeah, but... Oh, you're talking about Hyperius. I thought you said... Never mind.
Yeah, Hyperius and Tavares, two Jackal snipers, and an elite officer.
Ooh.
Cool. I'm sold.
And that's, like, because the more I think about things, like, I really, really, really like the thought of structure builds.
Yes.
And way back from that first Inside Infinite they ever released, they showed that big banished stronghold type thing. And I really think it would be cool to have just a big banished structure like that.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, couple things. Colors. Right. Colors on this. On the banished base, how are you coloring this?
Sort of like... I wonder if there's a piece I can relate it to. Like the dark gray on the underside of the Infinite Warthog. Like that dark, opaque gray. And then you would have, like, red... red spires and red pieces and red spikes everywhere. So those would be the complementary colors. And the same thing, I mean, the Banished Wraith, I can show you guys the picture, but the Banished Wraith is more silvery gray with red rather than red with gray. So probably the same sort of suit, you'd have gray and silver with a bunch of red pieces accenting those.
Nice.
Love it.
Warthog would probably be standard, like I said, standard metallic green that they've gone with.
Cool.
What's your other question?
You said you were gonna have Jaga, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
That was it. That was the question.
No. I
just making sure I got.
No,
it
wasn't a question. I was just trying to think if I would add another figure.
Oh right. I mean, so the Wraith has Jaga, Elite Miner with a Pulse Carbine, and then a Spartan Gungnir and a Trailblazer.
So, when you say Elite Miner, are you not counting the Elite Mercenary as a miner then?
Are you talking about the Combat Elite from Halo 3?
Yeah. Are you saying you want the Halo 2 anniversary design? Is that what you were getting at? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I want that mold so much. Like, I want them to pump those out, dude.
So not the Recon Getaway.
No. I'm tired of it. I love you, Kevin and Mega, everybody. I really want this anniversary Elite.
I was gonna say, I'm like, didn't we get an Elite? But the Miner, the Mercenary. All these titles
I was
are
like,
getting a
is
little...
there a miner with a shovel I'm not thinking of? Is there like something else here?
It's a minor fall.
Nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We got some good ones. Tom, bring us home, man.
Okay, so I have got 4 as well. My first at $14.99 is Gungoose Breakthrough. I thought they've done a Mongoose. The Gungoose has always been a popular build. We've not got one with the new design, so I'm going to go for that. And we have got a UNSC Marine and a Spartan Mark V in metallic green armor. Use a UNSC Gungoose to break through the banished lines, hitting a Brute Chieftain and a Crimson Jackal Sniper where it hurts. So the set includes a UNSC Marine with short sleeves, Spartan Mark V, a crimson-coloured Brute Chieftain with black highlights, and a Crimson Jackal Sniper, plus a build of a Gungoose which can be converted into a UNSC supply station as its alternate build.
Oh,
so Tom just went full promotion. He just went full promotional.
Yeah.
Like, Tom just went full send. Like, all right, I already got the marketing. Don't even worry about it.
So this is kind of like a twist on Recon Getaway, and it's just kind of like you took it and you're like let's add it, make it cooler.
Yeah, like one has elite and grunt. This one's got brute and jackal. And then,
nice.
I like it.
Now, does this brute carry a gravity hammer, or does he got the mounted turret that he walks around with?
Ooh.
He's got a bulldog shotgun.
Oh! Shout out to Halo 2.
Yeah, because they use them in the E3 demo.
Yeah,
they did.
Then we have got at $39.99, so I went for a smaller scale one here. Might have to bump up the price point a bit. You're never gonna guess this one, guys.
Oh,
Banished Wraith Rampage.
Oh.
Hey.
A Banished Wraith comes face to face with a UNSC machine gun emplacement and attempts to overrun the UNSC forces who are holding down the position. Use the firing plasma mortar cannon and swiveling plasma turret to take out the UNSC forces and lay way to the Banished conquest on Zeta Halo. Figures include a metallic green Spartan Trailblazer, an elite warlord in silver with a plasma rifle, and an elite mercenary in silver with a plasma repeater. And the figures there were a callback to the Halo 5 Wraith, because that had 2 silver figures with it.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Yep. Tom, I keep waiting for someone to jump out and yell, "Each set sold separately." I'm like...
Okay. Any feedback, gentlemen?
No. You're doing great.
I mean...
Okay.
Now these...
Gabe's got something.
No, I like it.
Okay.
I actually like that you kind of sold it more as a versus pack instead of just the Wraith. I think having 2 sides represented is always fun.
Yeah, and I like what they did with the Halo 5 Wraith with the wrecked mongoose with the missile turret. That kind of inspired this. So then we go into my favourite set at $59.99, which is Survivor's Outpost. A UNSC Marine Sergeant and 2 Marines are taking refuge in a UNSC bunker, but Jega Radomni and the Banished are not far away. Use the breakaway wall action to allow Jega and his Banished grunts to breach the compound and attack the Marines. Set includes working anti-aircraft SAM turret, communications room, armory, opening gate, watchtower, and breakaway wall. Figures include a male UNSC Marine Sergeant with a new cap that is integrated into the peg system, so it's removable.
Oh,
2
I like that.
UNSC Marines, 1 male and 1 female. Jega Radomni and 2 Imperial Grunts in the purple colour, which matches the Grunt conscript in Blind Bags Wave 2.
Oh. Now, I gotta ask you on this Outpost design. Now, this is what I'm kind of picturing. Back in the days of Reach, there was the Orbital Banshee...
Blitz
that had that kind of anti-aerial turret. Now, it was kind of like a tower. Now, is that what you're kind of going for? Is like a tower with the turret on top of the tower? Is the turret separate from the tower?
It'd be similar to that, so kind of like sort of like a wall with a turret at one end on a tower. But instead of being like a turret, it would be a SAM turret. So the way I would have it set up would be a smaller version of the SAM turret that's on the high ground map in Halo 3. So it would have a couple of missiles in tubes that you could fire out at something like a Banshee.
Would this be similar to your custom mock build that you did?
Possibly, Matt. It might be as if I just want an official UNSC base.
Because it sounds real similar, but I like it. I would make it... Yeah, I think that would be pretty awesome to see that there.
I think it would probably be a bit more than £60, but
yeah, I have a question on price point. It feels like it's going to be a little more expensive than that.
Yeah, I think it might be more around the £80 price point. Yeah. But it would kind of, the way I envisioned it, it would be like a set where the primary build is the base. So obviously we got the alternate build of the base with the Pelican, but this would be the focus of this set. So it's kind of giving people who don't want to rebuild their Pelican the chance to still get a base structure of some description.
Now this sounds like actually a pretty good army builder set, except for maybe the inclusion of Jaga. But could you make it so that you could add these sets together so that it becomes, you know what I mean? Like,
could do.
Yeah,
it's what
so
they did with Firebase.
If you did like a wall and a turret, then you could do, you know, like if you bought like a bunch of these, you could make a, you know, kind of like the Firebase that Gabe was talking about earlier.
Yep.
Yeah,
and you know what? Actually, now you say that, it would use the feature it's in the Pelican base build, where you can remove one brick and remove the gate from it. So then, if you want a section of wall without a gate, you could take that off and just connect sections of wall, just to kind of make it a lot more modular.
I dig it.
There you go.
That's legit.
Sweet.
That's legit.
And then lastly, we have got the Banished Phantom Assault. Spartan Linda 058 faces off against the might of banished forces as she comes face to face with Brute Chieftain Tovarus, a deadly foe and a member of the Hand of Atriox. The Banished Phantom comes complete with an accessible cockpit, fold-down cargo ramps, a removable roof, side-mounted plasma turrets, a removable gravity well effect, and some banished crates, I've got you, Matt, for cargo. Plus an integrated interior weapons rack. Figures include Spartan Linda 058 with sniper rifle, Brute Chieftain Tovarus with gravity hammer, an elite miner in light blue, a grunt conscript in purple, and a grunt assault in purple. RRP £120.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hot dog, dude. You know what? I would love to see that Phantom mixed with my banished base. Like maybe Phantom is able to like fly in and like freaking drop off troops or something.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe like a little
those
cargo
two
bay.
Sets, and then Matt making a stop motion with all of them.
Oh,
we're sorted.
Yes, sir.
And then like a little like cargo bay so that you could load up your Wraith.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah. Like a little garage. Yeah.
Love it.
Cool.
I feel like thinking about them all, we obviously want certain things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's lots of, hopefully we get it. I think we'll be happy probably regardless, right? Whatever comes out this fall. But I think it feels like we're on the right track, right? They need to offset a bunch of the UNSC stuff that we got last year with some of the enemy faction vehicles, because we want that. We got a Ghost and we got a Banshee, but that's about it so far, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Love it.
So we actually remembered to do the community question this time.
Hold on, I wanted to mention a couple of my other ones. I had a bunch of ideas. Honorable mentions. What I was for my $15 price point, I was between two. The second one was, and you guys kind of talked about, like a banished battle unit. So similar to what we got with the one with the Spartans and all the Marines recently. So, but it's like a banished version of that. So a bunch of banished figures all together. That I guess that was more $20, but anyway. So I was thinking, let's see here, what do I have here? I had a Brute, an Elite, and then I had 2 drones that are the new enemy type. So that was kind of where I came up with that.
Would these be like the typical drones, or is there anything special about them, or are they just painted in red?
They'd probably have to be banished up a little bit, Maybe they have something strapped to their back, some weapon, something that shoots out the back, something like that. I mean, I think we're going to see something else new that we haven't seen yet.
True.
The other one that was in the same price point as my Razorback, so the 25 to 40, would be a banished Locust.
Yes.
And I think those will make an appearance in Infinite and drivable. How amazing would that be?
Oh,
you could pop into one of those.
I forgot all about those vehicles. Those are sick.
Yeah. And it would be paired with. So the Locusts that we've had in the past were always paired with something, right? It was like a I think a mongoose, and then what was the other one? A turret, maybe?
A Gauss-Hog.
Gauss-Hog, yeah.
Yeah, Gauss.
Oh, that's right. One. Yeah, Gauss-Hog. So I think this one would be with just a UNSC structure. So similar to, I forget, was it Gabe that had something that was just a small little structure that would be dug in, battling against this banished locust.
Oh, no, that was
Could this be a re-release of the little UNSC comms tower that wasn't widely available?
Could be, yeah.
That'd be cool.
Something like that. I'd be totally cool with that. The other thing that I would like to see in this set is the drop wall. So we've gotten bubble shields in the past, so they kind of know how to use, shape that transparent plastic a little bit. So that same material as the bubble shield, but just a drop wall that we've seen in the demo from last year.
Nice,
dude. Like it.
So I think those are the other two that I came up with, but it's fun to dream, man. It's fun.
I think if you looked at all of our lists, now obviously some of us changed some, so we didn't bump into it, Gabe.
Hi.
And but it looks like obviously one of the big things on the wish list is a Wraith, Jaga Radomni. So it's kind of interesting to see that we all are really, really waiting for a Wraith tank for the Banished. And I think with what Infinite's done is that it's opened up all the older sets, but just in a Banished style, right? So you can say oh, I was just thinking when Colin was talking about a Locust, I wouldn't mind a Banished Shadow, or something, anything just in the Banished tradition. And obviously,
imagine a Banished Vampire.
Oh, see, that'd
cool.
be legit. And then, I asked for, Revenant. So, obviously, it would be cool to take all these and kind of give them the Banished aesthetic. But it is funny that we are all kind of leaning, I would say, more heavily on the Banished, like Colin said.
Yeah.
So we're all wanting to offset it. I would say that most of the time, Mega usually tries to balance out their line. So I don't think it would be so front-loadedly banished. Yeah. So I feel like if we got one, the Razorback paired with something else, like a Razorback and a Wraith would be a good pairing.
Yeah. Well, we know, and we talked about, we've seen the Chopper and the Wasp, so those are coming. So hopefully it's another, one of each versus the rest of UNSC stuff.
Yeah. I'm as cool as UNSC is, I'm a little tired of green. I want more. I just want more Banished.
Although I think that's. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What's up?
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say that I think it's obviously maybe they can't release so much Banished because we still haven't really seen the Banished, and if it's going to be infinite focused Banished, they're limited on what they can show us.
Well, I think a lot's going to be revealed. My sense is, and that's why I want to have this conversation now, is there's going to be the embargo is going to be up. I think we're going to find out all these sets after the E3 demo time,
which is coming.
Stuff.
It's coming.
And so then they're going to drop a bunch of new stuff. So they've probably been holding, and again, remember the delay, so it got delayed
last year,
and then so the first year they had to be based off that demo. This stuff they probably had planned. Maybe a few things got pushed. Who knows? Right. But I think I think they're going to give some Banished. I think.
Though
unless there's Forerunners, and that's
true, and then we get a beam emitter.
Right.
But I wouldn't. Right. I'm not done. I'm not so done with the UNSC. Like when you were talking about the UNSC Firebase, I'm like, yes, I would take a UNSC Firebase right now. Like, imagine if Mega did in their series where they did instead of one big giant set, they did two, and you had the Banished Firebase, and then you had the UNSC Firebase, and you could you could do imagine having those pair off. That would be cool. Awesome.
This is going slightly off topic, so I'll bring it back in a second. But when they did that radar tower for Halo Wars 2 and they did the Banished turret to go alongside it, I genuinely thought that was going to be the start of a modular Firebase series where they'd release a barracks, release a forge, that kind of stuff.
That would be neat.
So who knows, maybe down the line, if at some point way in the future 343 decide to do Halo Wars 3, could happen.
Yep.
Could happen.
That'd be amazing.
Cool. So I'm going to bring us back in, because like I was saying, we did have some community input from Discord. We have got 3 different people who left some thoughts. The first is the Pesky Bird, who suggested a troop hog, aka the Razorback, which I think we've all spoken about. Another interesting suggestion on the UNSC front was a remake of the Falcon, which I think a lot of us would like to see.
That would be nice.
They could
One
fix
that
the
can see
seating
its
problems.
figures.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
there you go.
A rocket hog, so Gabe, you were bang on the money there. It's almost as if you looked on the show notes when you were replanning your list or something.
Nay. Nay.
A UNSC base featuring the Scythe anti-aircraft gun from Halo Reach. And this
Absolutely.
I like a lot more than my idea of the SAM turret. I really want a Scythe.
Yes.
And then also a Banished Phantom or Spirit. And I think the Spirit would be really cool if they didn't do a Phantom.
I feel like you have a better chance of getting the Phantom because they just did a Covenant Spirit. So,
Well, yeah, I
but I
agree
wouldn't mind
with
wouldn't
that.
mind either.
But I don't want a Banished Spirit when we still haven't gotten a proper Spirit from the first, 4 games it was in. Like, the Halo 5 one's cool, but Halo 1, Halo... Well, I guess it was only in a couple. But,
in my... Reach, don't forget Reach.
Reach.
Halo 1, and then it's like, wait,
And then go back to it.
I want a classic Spirit before I get a new Spirit.
Well, in my opinion, the Halo 5 Spirit's better, but that's just my opinion.
Okay, so moving on then.
Anyway.
Chucky V suggested a Phantom or a Wraith, which, again, we have both spoken about. And they would also like to see more structures, which I think is something that's been quite consistent across everything we've said as well.
For sure.
Yes.
And then lastly, Busters 2005 suggested a Troop Hog alongside more Warthog variants in general. So again, lots of demand for that kind of troop vehicle for the UNSC, as well as an AA gun and Banished or Covenant buildings. And their favourite suggestion, or my favourite suggestion, sorry, from their list is the idea for a Banished equivalent to the building box.
Yeah.
How awesome would that be?
Yeah, dude.
Brilliant.
That's legit. You know,
I would absolutely kill for that.
that would be awesome. A lot of red pieces.
Is there anything else we didn't cover that you guys would like to touch on before we move into community shoutouts?
I think it's so crazy that Mega has done so many Warthogs and different Warthogs that people still are asking for Rocket Hogs, Warthog variants, and Razors. And it's crazy, though, because, every time we do our ranking episodes, you guys are like, well, we get a Warthog every time. And then,
Right.
but I'm like, well, it's iconic. And I think that just speaks to it, is that it almost doesn't feel like a complete line if it doesn't have a Warthog variant or something like that, you know. So I think that's cool. I think the Razorback is gonna fit that mold that we're looking at there. So that's kind of cool.
I think the Razorback is going to be on this thumbnail.
Yeah.
Is it? It's gonna be on the back of it.
Oh.
Matt, I'm so proud of you right now. Okay, so if that's everything, we'll move into promoting community. I've actually written quite a few down this time around, so I'm going to go across you guys first before I just read this list out. Did anybody else have anything that they wanted to mention in the community segment?
No, I'm all right.
Nothing. No. Just, I mean, I know we've talked about is it Mootroid?
Yes.
Yeah, Mootroid.
I did spend some time watching his stuff. I just haven't spent any time previously, and it's amazing. So if you haven't seen his things, his animations, do yourself a favor and just go get lost on his YouTube channel for a while, because it's fantastic.
Flawless animation, yeah, for sure. No, I think I'm good. I don't think I got anyone's.
Okay, well, we have a big list to go through here. So up first, we already mentioned them because they contributed towards the list of sets for this episode. But Busters 2005 shared a really, really cool complete weapons rack build on our Discord and also over on the MCX forums. It's a really clean build which emulates the Halo Reach weapons crate perfectly. And they've actually since just posted a Scythe as well, which is just my mind was gone. So check that out. It's really awesome.
Sweet.
Hopefully it will be on screen currently.
I'm trying to find it.
I then
in the
wanted
notes.
to shout out a great smooth stop motion work test from Reclaimer Studios for an upcoming series called Marines Convoy, or an upcoming stop motion. They posted a short test segment with some Marines and some elites, I think it was. And it was just really, really smooth, fluid animation, which I thought was awesome. Then Mega Gabby, I know you're going to be listening to this, so hello, thank you for all the support. Posted a really, really cool New Mombasa mock on their channel, and they've also been doing loads of really, really cool cityscapes on their channel as well.
Ooh, that does look cool.
Which I thought it was really awesome, because obviously we see a lot of kind of terrain builds and scenery builds, but actually you don't get many city builds, and they are quite a big part of Halo 2 and Halo 3 ODST.
That's
so
cool.
I thought that was awesome.
That's an awesome building. You know, it's an actual building. You know, that looks actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
We then had Pocket Waffle, which is my favourite username of all time,
I want one.
who shared a cool mix match based on a pilot from Titanfall 2. Then, oh my god, there's still more. Just Eggsy shared a fun animation on the Discord showing some really smooth animation work. Eggsy,
Nice.
shout out to you. Hopefully you'll have seen your animation on the screen. Thank you for the support.
That's awesome.
And then my friend down under in Australia, Wade Stenchian. Wade, I'm sorry if I mucked up your last name there. Shared a
Can't be that good of a friend.
photo on one of the Mega Construx Facebook groups. I think it was Mega Construx Worldwide, in response to a post on our flood episode where he showed his flood diorama, and it is incredible.
Badass.
It's really, really cool. I love the Hornet in the background.
Yes.
If you're looking at it, Matt, it's so cool.
I am looking at it. It looks awesome. I love how
Matt's giving real-time feedback.
I love
on all
how the
these.
flood
It's
is
great.
on the wall, kind of like a what's that, World War Z type vibe, where it's like the flood are just coming over the wall. That's epic.
Yeah.
That is epic. Makes me wish I had flood.
Oh,
Well, I got an episode for you.
Yeah.
Oh.
And lastly, I wanted to shout out one of Gabe's friends. Gabe, you pointed me in their direction recently, and they have some amazing custom figures. And that is Ems Blocks over on Instagram. So, that has been the show.
Nice.
Gentlemen, would you like to let people know where they can find you quickly? Colin, if you go first.
Yeah, easiest place, just Perkline on Twitter.
Cool. Gabe?
give me a shout on Twitter and Instagram at G Customs Creations for any commission inquiries or if you want to talk some Halo.
Cool, and Matt.
Just follow me here on this channel. You don't want to follow me on Twitter.
Don't follow his Twitter. No, don't do it.
Don't follow him. Stop.
It's a DC roast. Well done.
It really is.
Oh man.
Well done. Break the bad news to me every time.
Is that it? You're not actually going to say it?
If you're glutton for DC, DC mayhem and Warner Brothers trashing, you can go to at Pure Genius Lego.
Cool.
Enter at your own risk.
Yep.
You can find me at Tom_Jurassic on Twitter. So that will do it for the show. Thank you so much for joining Builds with Blocks. If you like the show, feel free to support Podcast Evolved on Patreon. And until the next time, evolved.
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 Evil.
Dang it, Gabe.
Sexy.